Srila Prabhupada explains that the eligibility to take up to devotional service is the association of a pure devotee. Prabhupada is defining the pure devotee in terms of the first class devotee. One who is having faith and one who can explain Shastras also very nicely. There's semi-pure, which is second class devotee. He has very strong faith, but sometimes he may not be able to explain things completely. And then the third level is Kanishta, wherein neither there is faith nor there is depth of knowledge to be able to preach or explain. And then Prabhupada is explaining that even in the neophytes, that is the third class, there are these four levels. Artho, Artharthi, Jigyasu, Jnani. And Prabhupada is giving vivid examples. The distressed, Dhruva Maharaj. The inquisitive, the Shanakadi Rishis. The wise, the Sanat Kumars, the four Kumaras. Gajendra Maharaj also is an example which is given. So if we see, the focus is that all of these can be uplifted to the first class or the second class level, the first class level of devotional service. How? By association. Prabhupada is explaining the principle that the association actually engenders attraction for Krishna. Attraction for Krishna is a byproduct of the association. In fact, we will see that the entire parampara is like a transcendental circuitry for transferring or conducting the current of attraction for Krishna. Originally, attraction for Krishna is coming from Srimati Radharani, who is like the fountainhead of the Guru Tattva. Lord Balaram ji, who is the Sambit Shakti. And that attraction comes fully in the heart of a pure devotee, and then it gets conducted further in the parampara. So that attraction, so that is the point. Therefore, because it is transcendental circuitry, so you see, this is all circuitry which is taking place. The original attraction is coming from Srimati Radharani, Lord Balaramji, that's original attraction is coming towards Krishna. Now, because the parampara is a transcendental circuitry, a Vaishnava Sangha is a transcendental circuitry, then what happens is that, now although here it is mentioned that, that okay, one should associate with the pure devotee. Now this is not to be literally taken. Oh, only pure devotee. Are you a pure devotee? What is the pure devotee test? So get a pure devotee meter first, testing meter and all that. No? So But people say, no, 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 I believe in self reports. Self reports are of no use, is it not? Definitely, self-acclaimed pure devotee is not going to be a pure devotee, at least. Somebody else may be there, he will not be there, is it not? So you see the point. So therefore, pure devotee is not a standalone unit. A pure devotee is signifying the proper connectivity. So now we say, oh, pure devotee will very purely conduct. Now if it is in between, progressive devotee, okay, more advanced than us, but still progressing, not a pure devotee, then their conduction will be a bit less than what they were receiving. So conduction will be a bit less, is it not? Now the interesting point is here that although their conduction is a less, but at least conduction is there. And secondly, even if we get direct conduction from a pure devotee, we will not be able to receive it all. Why? Because we are ourselves not a pure devotee, is it not? So anyways, we will receive little bit only, right? So if all what you have is a glass, in which you can take say juice prasad, then it doesn't matter whether one bucket of juice is coming, for serving, or half bucket is coming. Anyways, your need is one glass, is it not? You can only fill up that one glass. Nothing else can be filled up, is it not? That's the point. That is the point. Therefore, we don't worry much. So if we see someone is sincerely following the parampara, we can connect to such a person and follow him. So this pure devotee in the parampara, this is a transcendental circuitry, is it not? And in this transcendental circuitry, the current which is flowing is attraction. And then Prabhupada is quoting the beautiful verse, which says that if one is having this attraction for Krishna, then even though there will be material factors, even though there are material factors, there is still attachment for mundane things, and there is still sometimes doubt and wavering of the fixity of devotional service. Still, the process will work very effectively. Prabhupada is telling. So Prabhupada is quoting the verse, which is still the process is going to work effectively. Yes, question. Yes. Yes, yes. So pure devotee represents the parampara. Pure devotee is not just the person, literal person. Where to find that person? Which mining, or which mines, we'll go and dig out that person. Very difficult, is it not? So the parampara. But pure devotee represents the parampara. That's the whole point, is it not? Just like you see in a class, the best student will represent the class. No, that's how they do. The best student will represent the class. Like in Melbourne, there used to be this science, science quiz or science forum. The best researcher will be chosen, who will represent the University of Melbourne there. That's what happens. The best person. So similarly, the pure devotee represents the parampara, basically. That's the whole point. But it is a parampara. Yes. So one has to be connected to the parampara. Then this conduction of attraction for Krishna will take. That means you see, bhakti has no prerequisite. We say, okay, I am disqualified of bhakti, I don't have anything. Doesn't matter. That attraction for Krishna is borrowed. It's like a seed. Is it not? So it's like a seed, and the seed is implanted with borrowing, and then one has to cultivate his heart. Dig dig the heart, make it soft. Put some minerals of blessings of Vaishnavas by serving them. Put the water of Krishna Katha, and by that this plant and creeper will grow. So we don't need any prerequisite actually. Bhakti bhakti can be very naturally caught. There is no disqualification in bhakti. The attraction for Krishna is borrowed from association. So here it is being said that this attraction for Krishna is borrowed, actually. And then one can grow that systematically and progressively. Now Srila Prabhupada explained that even among these four, the distressed, the money mongers, the inquisitive and the wise, there is gradation. Inquisitive is a little better than the previous two, the money and the distressed. But the best is the wise, the Jnani. And then Prabhupada explains that Jnanavan, what a Jnani starts doing, after a long time, the Jnani actually starts serving Krishna. Is it not? So therefore, you see, here the point which Prabhupada is saying is that okay, this is the next point of eligibility Prabhupada is describing. That one is okay, association, then attraction for Krishna. But one needs to, by doing service, what we are doing is that we are converting that, or we are churning that attraction, so that attraction will grow. Or we are internalizing that attraction, so that attraction will grow. So therefore, Prabhupada is saying here that a person who is freed from the bodily concept of life is an eligible candidate for pure devotional service. Freed from the bodily concept of life. The Acharyas explain one of the most prominent and easy and practical ways of achieving this is to always remain busy in Krishna service. So it's all about intensity actually. So by default, bodily consciousness. That's how sadhaka is. By default, sadhaka is also bodily conscious. Is it not? By default, what will be the thought? Self-preservation. Is it not? Oh, how to chill out? When will I get good prasad? No feast has happened since 10 days. Why I'm being asked to cook? How nice it will be if I don't have to cook ever. I don't have to do cleaning ever. But everything is all fine. Done by others. So you see the bodily consciousness. That becomes, oh, I should not be too serious, let me, a little bit give a break, give a break before you break down, So one may say like that. So this is, this is default. But you see, the channel, so this mental space, or subtle space actually, there are these channels. Even if one channel is going on, one can actually install another channel over it. And the first channel gets eroded. Is it not? Just like in general, you see, the other channel is eroded. So only thing required is that for the other channel to take over in an overwhelming way, it has to be intensely practiced. Therefore, service to Krishna has to be enthusiastically and intensely practiced. So it will actually it will actually clear off the base channel of the default bodily consciousness. That's the point. It just has to be done intensely enough. That's it. And the experience will change. It just has to be changed. The experience can change actually. So you see, just like You see, so this is how, by practice one can develop liking. Just like you see, it happens even materially also. Like say JEE. Initially, when one starts studying for JEE preparation, it is very tough. It's very difficult. One may be fearful. But one starts, stretching himself and moving on under guidance, then what will happen in due course of time? One will start liking the subject. One will start liking, trying out questions, practice questions. One will not be fearful. Oh, what will happen? Oh, whether I'll be able to solve it or not. No, one will start liking it. So how that fear is converted into liking? Practice. If it is true materially, why will it not happen spiritually? Just like in even materially, these motivational speakers and all, they speak that okay, wherever you are in, you just start loving the settings, the work you are in, the people you are around, rather than trying to, somehow the other squeeze out or grab out, an environment which you think you like, or people which one thinks one like. Actually, one can just start loving that place. How does it happen? It happens by practice. But because one is saying, okay, wherever I am, it's not all that bad. It's not all that bad. It's fine. At least I'm able to do this 1, 2, 3. That 1, 2, 3 in due course of practice will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then in due course of practice, it will become from 8 to 16. Is it not? Like that. That's the point. Is it not? So that's the point. Just like you see, a person comes to Krishna consciousness, then he feels good about it. He feels okay. I'm a devotee. He goes back to his hostel. He says, I'm a devotee. How many rounds is chanting? 1 round. What kind of devotee? But he feels very good about it. So you see, but that but because he feels good about it, he's practicing. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes more. Like that. So the devotional service has to be. So then, it says that okay, who is a candidate who is eligible for pure devotional service? One who is sufficiently engaged.